Hi guys, it's Marc Zicree of Space Command, also Mr. Sci-Fi, also everything else I am. And today I'm wearing my Occupy Mars t-shirt that was given to me by the kind folks at SpaceX, a company I am very much in favor of. And if SpaceX is listening, send me my Tesla, send me my Tesla. Some of you who saw the last Mr. Sci-Fi know my car was stolen. Well, the cops, the same day, just before midnight, the cops found the car with the thief in the car and returned it to me. So I've now got my car back, and I cleaned out all of his stuff from my car and cleaned it, but we found his glasses, and Elaine said, well, you should take his glasses back to him. So I actually went to the LAPD in Hollywood, took his glasses, iPhone, and keys back to him, and they're holding him until he gets out of jail. And but I did hold on to this, which is his car key that he used to steal my car. This is the thief's key, which I'm keeping as a good luck charm. But that is just a little side note from the life of Marc Zicree, but that is not why we are here today. We are here today to give an update on Space Command. People have been saying, where's Space Command? What's going on with Space Command? Why haven't you updated us about Space Command? I detect a theme. So, and the interesting thing is, I've actually been working so hard on Space Command, that's why I haven't been posting about Space Command, because we've been working on Space Command. So this is the video that will accompany the backers update, where I'll show visuals of all sorts of stuff. We just got the full CG sets of the interior of the EMA, the alien ship, that Doug Jones is involved with, and our other characters. We got that from Italy, from Nicholas Alanis in Italy, along with a fully CG 3D alien city that appears in a mirage. We got the rendered and modeled Shrikes, which are sort of like the Vipers in Battlestar Galactica, but they are designed by the phenomenal Ron Cobb, who is the brilliant designer of Alien and Aliens and Star Wars, and he did the DeLorean time machine in Back to the Future. I've known him since I was 16. I'm thrilled to have his work as part of Space Command. And so here's where everything stands with Space Command. We now have a full visual effects team working day and night, delivering the 1,900 visual effects shots in the 2-hour pilot. We have edited the 40 minutes of the second 2-hour story. We've shot the opening sequence of the third 2-hour story. I'm rewriting the third script. We're ramping up to shoot the rest of the second script, but the key thing, of course, is the first 2 hours that we shot, that we've had Kickstarter campaigns around. Where is that 2 hours? God damn it! Okay, and this is the one starring Bill Mumy, Mira Furlan, Robert Picardo, Doug Jones, Bruce Boxleitner's in it, as well as our regular Space Command cast of Ethan McDowell, Brian McClure, Victor Manso, etc., etc. So it's coming along really well. So just to give you the overview, as I said, there are 1,900 visual effects shots in it, which is more than your average Avengers movie or Star Wars movie. So it's a little bit bitten off a big chunk of a task. So what's going on now is we're finishing the first half hour. We're going to be screening the completed first half hour of the 2-hour pilot at our panel at San Diego Comic-Con in July. And we'll also be having our stars there. We're going to be having a Space Command booth right between the BBC and Nickelodeon on the Comic-Con dealer's room floor. We're going to have an ad in the program book so everyone will know about Space Command and be able to seek us out. Additionally, as soon as we get that half hour done and premiere it at Comic-Con, we're going to send it to all of our backers, all of our supporters, all of our investors. And if you want to back Space Command, there's donate buttons, there's Patreon pages for Marc Zicree, there's you can buy investment shares for $7,500 that goes right into post-production and is used for that purpose, so it speeds everything up. Our goal is to then move right into the second half hour and finish that, so we're on track with that, and that's why we're building the assets, because the interior of the alien ship, the Shrikes, all that stuff appears and is predominantly used in the later part of the story, so we're ramping up and getting all of that ready to put in. And beyond that, we're going to be, our plan is to show the first hour, the completed first hour, at the Drama Summit in London, the C21 Drama Summit in London in November. And also I've been invited to attend the International Television Festival in Long Island, New York, and I'm sure we'll be screening some of Space Command there. My friend Rockney O'Bannon will be there with me. He created Farscape and Alien Nation and Sequest and Defiance and Cult. At least we're in the talking phase of all of this. So, but beyond that, as we complete these parts of the 2 hours, we'll be shipping them out to our backers, to our investors, etc. And but meantime, and then right on to finishing the second hour. So we're going to be doing that, continuing to raise money toward Post. We'll have another Kickstarter campaign to finish the second hour. But again, if you don't want to give any more to Space Command and you've already pledged, fine. If you want to give more to Space Command, every little bit helps. It just keeps the machine going. I know it's been a long time and you've been incredibly patient, and I'm very grateful to all of you who have been cheering me on and saying, you know, keep to it and just make sure the work is good, which is what we're doing. And but beyond that, I'm also actively pitching Space Command as a show. Now, many of you who have been following my adventures know that I've gone to MIP in Cannes, the International TV Festival. I've gone to London to meet with BBC and Channel 4 and ITV and Sky and all the big players, and then also met with a number of executives here in Los Angeles, and been at the C21 Drama Summit last year twice, the one here in LA and the one in London, as an attendee, and now this most recent one here in Los Angeles a couple of weeks ago, I was a guest speaker. I was on a panel about alternative ways of financing TV shows, and Rockne O'Bannon was on the panel with me, and I showed the Space Command trailer. It was very well received, and now I'm actively pitching Space Command to companies like BBC Studios, Studio Canal, etc. I'm laying track to meet with Apple and Netflix and Amazon and Hulu. But again, I want to have that half hour ready to show, because they can't extrapolate. They cannot. If you show them something that's just green screen or just not finished, they check out. They don't get it. And I learned this long ago when I showed the Star Trek episode with George Takei to an executive at CBS. They were, and his executives were saying to him, "Look, let's acquire this for home video. This is great," but he could not get past the green screen. It wasn't complete. I'll never do that again. I really saw the error in doing that. So, but meantime, we're just cooking along on Space Command and you know, just looking for more allies. We're going to be, as I say, building the sets, shooting the rest of the second one. I've been talking to my actors. I've been talking to my team and my costume designer, Mike Philpott, and my art director, Carlos Fernandez, etc. And you know, and also reaching out to other actors and just moving ahead. We've been in touch with Keir Delay's representation. I very much would love to work with him. And then my goal is to write the entire 12 hours of the first season of Space Command. I've written the first 8 hours, and so that's what we're embarked upon. And so we're cooking. We're moving along on Space Command. In fact, just yesterday, I was sitting with my editor, Dave Edison, the phenomenal Dave Edison, and we were dropping in visual effect shots into the first half hour and refining it to send it to Bias Richter in Germany, who we're having a Skype call with tomorrow, because he's one of our VFX guys and his shop is one of our VFX teams. So that's sort of the basics. If you have questions, you can call me at 323-363-1259 or email me at marczicree@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you want to invest in Space Command shares, they're just $7,500, and I can send you the paperwork, and it's a very simple process, and you would then get a percentage of my producer's net profits in the first 4 hours of Space Command. And so that's sort of where we are right now. I'm very thrilled with what we're creating and how it's coming about and how it looks. You will be too, I think, when you see this very, very soon, when you see the first half hour, which really tells a great story, and then there'll be the hour, then the 2 hours. We'll just keep cooking and until the cake is done. But thank you so much for all of this. None of this would be possible without all of your help, all of your encouragement. If you want to contribute to Space Command in some other way, we're looking for people who can make spacesuits, and I really want to have a spacesuit contest, and there'll be different categories, but it won't be spacesuit designs alone. It'll be physical spacesuits you send us that we then use, and one of the categories is going to be best spacesuit made for $100 worth of materials from Home Depot or Lowe's, and I think that'll be great fun. But we also have designs by Ian McCaig and so forth, so if you wanted to build one of the spacesuits from the designs we have by the great Ian McCaig, the phenomenal designer of Darth Maul and Queen Amidala and Rey in Force Awakens and Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy and Harry Potter and all sorts of stuff, just email me and we can send you the designs and we can talk about how to make it and what size it needs to be and all of that. But you know, every little bit helps. It takes a galaxy to make this thing, and you're part of that galaxy. So that's it for now. The new Twilight Zone companion is out, and you can order it on Amazon. It's got 500 new photos, 100 pages of new material, links to audio and video, new interviews that you can listen to and watch, shows by Rod Serling from the 50s that you can watch, all sorts of stuff. It's an amazing, amazing multimedia extravaganza. So that's it until next time. If you're not subscribed to Mr. Sci-Fi, subscribe to Mr. Sci-Fi on YouTube. If you aren't a Facebook friend of mine, go onto my Facebook page, and you can be. And I'm on Twitter also, and I'm on Patreon. So that's it. So thanks very much for everything you do and are, and we will talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.